The secret is to create a buzz in the establishment where people would talk about it somewhere or another. This is where the creativity comes in. The more creative you are, the better it is.
Right, we're here at Parkview Road with Wellingham United manager Jamie Day after a game that's playing brutal conditions. Thankfully we're in the dry and the warm that day. You must be absolutely delighted the way that we started that game on the front foot.
Yeah, I thought first 35 minutes we played really well, played some really good stuff, deservedly took the lead and was comfortable and was really pleased. And then just last 10 minutes we got a bit sloppy and a bit lazy in our play, and we let them, well, we give them half a chance of getting back into the game. But you know, apart from that, I was really pleased with the first half.
You said that unless we put in the effort, we'll lose games like that. But we seemed so fit and assertive and confident that did we break Margate's hearts?
Well, I mean, it's credit to the boys that they've put the hours in and they're putting the work rate in at training and listening to what we're saying and taking it on board. And you know, they're the ones that deserve all the praise and all the credit at the minute because they're performing to levels that we know that they can do and consistently at the minute. And I think after a period of time, Margate probably dropped their heads a little bit and lost a bit of belief in them really getting back in the game. And in the second half, I thought we played some really good stuff again. And the fifth goal, you know, I think summed it up.
Our forward players terrorised them. I mean, they're finding great positions, making good runs. The work rate, the team spirit today was probably the best that you've seen?
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, the boys are confident, everyone's playing really well at the minute and, you know, looking forward to coming into training and playing games. So that itself gives you a bit of team spirit, but I think you can see that everyone's looking out for each other. If someone gets beat, then there's a player behind helping them out, and that's what we need. And you know, the situation we're in, you need everyone pulling in the right direction, and that's what all the boys are doing. And they've been, like I say, I can't praise them highly enough of what they've done.
Can you put your finger on why things have come together? I mean, I know we've got Neil in doing fitness work, Aidy's in as a consultant, the players are buying into what you're trying to do. Is it just, are we just sort of more organised and more on the pulse?
Yeah, I think maybe fitness was a little bit of it, and maybe a little bit of discipline and organisation. I think I said before that there's good players at this club, and maybe they've, you know, hit a little bit of form together at the same time, and Harry Crawford's come back in, and players that weren't available are now available, and everyone's just sort of took on board what we said, and like I said, they've done it themselves. You know, we've asked them and we've posed questions, and they've delivered, you know, so far all the time. And training Tuesdays, they're running with Neil, and they don't want to do it, no one likes running, but they're doing it, and they're putting in 100%. And when you do that and you've got good players and you become fit and disciplined and organised, then you're going to get results. And
is that easy for you when you can show them how, you know, their hard work is paying dividends?
Yeah, I think for us it's showing, you know, and they can see it because we're winning games, and there's going to be a point and come a time where we don't win games, but you know, the hard work and organisation and the effort they put in, you bounce back. And like I say, we're doing well at the minute, we're not getting carried away, but you know, when it becomes a little bit sticky and we lose a couple of games, then they can fall back on the work rate and everything that we've told them and get themselves back up and going again.
Our fifth goal today was incredible. How did you see it from the bench?
Yeah, really good. It looked like there was a lot of passes, probably not as many as in my head, but it looked like it was a good play. There was some good one-touch play, good movement, and I was pleased that Coombsy finished it off because it was such a good, you know, little bit of passing and good passage. So yeah, really pleased.
There's been something in the press this week about league clubs interested in Adam Coombs. So for fans that may have read that, are the club aware of any of that? Is anything happening? Or
yeah, there's interest, and there's always going to be interest, because when someone scores the amount of goals that he's scored at this stage of the season, everyone's looking for that type of player. So yeah, there's been clubs that have inquired, and no doubt there'll be more clubs inquire the next couple of days. He's in a very good position, and you know, he's deserved that. I think, especially over the last 4 or 5 games, I think his whole round game has improved. You know, his touch, hold up play, he's working, you know, a lot harder than when I first come, and he's getting goals, and he's an all round good striker to have. So we'll be gutted if we do lose him, and then we've got to try and replace him. But you know, for us, he's earned that right to have league clubs looking at him.
Is that something you've always tried to sell to players as a manager when you're bringing through younger players you're trying to get them back to where they've been in the past, that they can do it here?
Yeah, I think especially here with the catchment area that you've got, if you are playing well, then clubs will come and watch, and that's, in the past, that's what this club's been about, of finding young players and ones that have maybe had a bit of a knockback and giving them the confidence to get their ability back out again. Coombs had a couple of setbacks possibly in his career, and this is the place he's chose to showcase that, and he's done that up until now. The record speaks for itself. So I think anyone that is young and wants to develop, then this is a good club to be at. We are going to lose players, and that's the situation we're in, but let's enjoy the players that we have had here in the past, and the players that we've got now. If they move on and they go to full-time clubs, then they're better than themselves, and that's what you want to do as a footballer.
Fair to say though that Adam hasn't literally been chomping at the bit to get out the door. He's
no, Adam's. Listen, we've had, I think, 3 teams in our own league put 7 days in for him, and he's turned every club down. So that shows his commitment to the club, and it shows why he wants to be here. He wants to score goals, and he's at a club that he likes. And just as a player, I've not spoke to him about it, but if a league club comes in for him and it's a good club and it fits becoming a professional footballer again, then we can't stand in his way. That's just my fault. It's not everyone else's, but you want to play as high as you possibly can, and he's been first class for us, and if he gets that move to the right club, then I think we send him with our blessing.
Jamie, have you been aware of the situation that you may lose a quality striker? Would I be right in saying that you are having a look around and trying to make sure we don't get sort of left in the lurch?
Yeah, you always have to have. We have it every year. You have a list of players that you like and the ones that you'd like to bring in and you can't afford or whatever. But we'll have a number of players that we've got there. I think George would prefer to play down the middle than on the right, and he deserves a shot at that. But at the same time, like you say, there is a couple of forwards available that we might have to act if Coombs does go. Hopefully he doesn't, but like you say, we won't get left behind. We need someone to come in and bulk the squad up again, and someone that can score goals.
Right, so a big month coming up. We've had a great month. We've gone unbeaten. Yeah. That's 6 wins on the trot and a cup game, so basically 7 wins on the trot. Yeah. You must be delighted with that. Not sure if you got manager of the month. Have you heard anything?
No, it's it's not about me. It's about the players.
But you'd be very, very pleased that we've kicked on from December and started January.
We want to start. I said to them, before the game, this is a big year for us, not just the next 3 months, but the whole year. As a club, this time next year, we want to be near the top of the table, not where we're in now. So we started the year now with a good start and a good win, and now for us, we're only going to hopefully go one direction and try and take the club forward. So yeah, it's an exciting year, hopefully.
Hemel next. What do you sort of see as the dangers there? And is it? Are we looking at just ourselves, or if we do the right things that we're doing, you're hopeful of a result, or do we know they're going to pose problems?
Yeah, they're good sides that will probably disappointed where they are in the league. They've got some very good players, good manager who knows its level. And if we don't perform, then we'll get beat. So if we keep doing what we have done and the work rate's there and the desire that you've seen over the last 6 weeks, and if we get beat, then we get beat. We take it in the chin and we go again. But yeah, we go there full of confidence. We know it's a hard place to go. They've got some very good players that can cause us problems. We just need to make sure, like I said, we don't get carried away. We work hard again this week and try and keep the run going.
Just lastly, when AD came back to the club to help as a consultant, it was said he's going to be here for 6 weeks. I think we're pretty much there, or just past, or whatever. How's the situation with AD? Is it a rolling? Yeah,
it's an ongoing contract, and it's brilliant to have him around. To bounce ideas off, and he says bits in the dressing room, and the boys fully respect him and what he's done, and obviously I respect him as well. And all the staff have been great. Obviously with AD, he's got a lot of experience, and. Yeah, for me, it's brilliant to have around. Harry's been excellent as well, and we want to keep everyone together in the group. And Stacey's come on board, so yeah, we don't want to change anything. As far as I know, Aid's happy doing the role that he's at the minute. There's no doubt that he'll probably, if a job comes up, he'll want to look at it. But you know, for me, it's brilliant for him that he's here, and you know, obviously I want him to stay as long as possible.
Tony, well done on today's result, and well done if you did get manager number 3, even if you didn't, and we'll see you at Hemel.
Cheers, Tom. Thank you.